What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today I am testing out a brand new idea that I had. I work with a number of different people from all various industries, and whenever I talk to someone, no matter what industry they're from, what I try to do is I try to listen to what I'm hearing from someone, and I will try and put myself in their shoes and think about what would I be doing if I was a real estate agent, was in beauty, were a buyer's agent or a coach or, a painter, a plumber, whatever it is. How would I be thinking about my marketing if I was in my client's shoes? So the idea behind this is to give ideas, suggestions, and I guess thought-provoking stuff to have anyone who's within these specific industries to think outside the box. What can you potentially do with the social media platforms that are available, and what can you do within your marketing to help you advance and grow your business? So the first cab off the rank is going to be real estate agents. I've worked with a number of different real estate agents. Let's roll the intro. So on this YouTube channel, we talk all things bringing out your creativity, your imagination, and really your uniqueness in life and business. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So for this video, I'm just going to focus on a residential sales agent, a residential real estate sales agent. So a typical real estate agent will have two main functions, and that's listing more houses and selling those houses as quickly as possible. In this video, I'm going to actually be talking about 4 different areas that you can focus on. The first one is organic marketing, the second one being paid advertising, the third one being traditional marketing, and the fourth one being opportunities that are available just depending on the situations and circumstances that are available. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is organic marketing, and more specifically around video and YouTube video. So no matter what the demographics are, whether people are moving, interstate or out of town into the specific suburb, and or people are moving within the suburb, there's one key thing that a lot of real estate agents are not doing, and I don't think I've seen very much of this at all. And that is, if I was a real estate agent, I would have a video on each suburb that I cover, and I would be covering specific things like the schools that are available within that particular area, the cafes, the public transport, and any other key factors within that suburb. So for example, Wyong is a suburb that's close to here. It's here on the Central Coast. There's a number of different schools, cafes, there's a train station. It's a 15-minute drive to the beach. It's another 5-minute drive to the Westfields. And these are things that people who from out of town would love to know, who may be interested in buying in that specific suburb. This may also be useful for local residents who are just interested in knowing more about you, what you do, and some of your views on, local schools and other things that matter to them. The more that you can be a specialist within these specific suburbs, people will begin to recognize you, and as long as you're putting your YouTube tags and things like that behind the videos that you're publishing to YouTube, this will also help you rank on YouTube as well. The second thing that I'd be doing with video is interviewing local business owners, and this is a really good opportunity to engage some people within your area, get as much exposure to them as possible, which is then in turn going to give you exposure to them and their community and what they're up to and everything else as well. This is a win-win situation, and if you can continue to do it or even plan to do it over a monthly period of time, this is going to allow you to be the go-to person with your community. The last and easiest thing to do is obviously upload your videos to YouTube for all your listed homes, and anything else that you do does take some time, but it is definitely worth it. Other areas of consideration include your social stories, so your Facebook and Instagram stories. Now, the perfect opportunity to do this is when you're having a property photoed and videoed and everything else, to actually go through and just capture some stories on your phone and upload it to your Facebook and Instagram stories. This is a great way because you're already at the property. It allows you to talk some bits and pieces about the property, It doesn't take too much longer, and then it's on your stories for the next 24 hours. If people are interested, they can message you, and or you can also see who's been watching your stories as well. And so if you see someone pop up who may have missed out on a previous home or whatever the case is, it just allows you that opportunity to start a conversation within your DMs, and who knows where that could lead to. LinkedIn. I swear to God, this is the most underrated opportunity ever. All right, so if I was a real estate agent and I was on LinkedIn, what I would be doing is I'd be connecting to as many local businesses as possible. Just like we talked about interviewing other local businesses, this is your opportunity to have yourself recognized as the agent to speak to when it comes to anything to do with the local area. These businesses obviously service customers within your local area, and if you can build an incredible relationship with these people, this could lead anywhere. I'd highly recommend to just go into the search area of your LinkedIn, type in your suburb or type in your area, and just connect with as many people with a message to say, hey, I'm based in your local area, I would love to connect. As simple as that, and you'd be surprised at what can come from that. The last area of organic marketing is Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives as well. Now, these are perfect. An opportunity where you can jump in on a Sunday night or a Monday night or whatever the case is and roll through all of your listings. So these can be properties that have sold, have been under contract, basically doing a recap of what has happened during that week. Even if you have nothing to report, maybe even jump on and just share a dad joke or share something that's unique to you, a fun fact or something about your sports team, or just have a little ramble. It's simply about getting people's attention. It's not always necessarily about the facts and figures. However, if you do have facts, if you do have figures to share with people that shows that you're a reputable agent and you can get fucking incredible results for people, that's always preferred as well. The next thing I want to talk about is traditional media, okay? So most real estate agents will be doing, letterbox drops and or have bus stalls or, put advertising on buses or whatever the case is. Now, I want to show you something that a lot of agents are not using, and that is this. I don't know if you can see that. It's basically a QR code. Now, this QR code is it's to my website, but people are not utilizing the technology that we have. Now, 2 or 3 years ago, no one would have known what these things are, or very few people knew actually what a QR code was. Now, everyone knows what a QR code, because if you want to walk into a club or a pub or any sort of organization where you need to check in, you need to scan one of these bloody QR codes. And so if you're printing flyers and doing letterbox drops and all this other stuff, rather than just having your phone number there, allow people to go and check out your website and check out all these other things. Now, this is actually going to tie into my next strategy, the third one, which is paid advertising, right? So on the back of any printing, bus stops, anything else that you have where you have a QR code, within a website, within a landing page, and obviously depending on whether you're based under a franchise or whatever the case is, you will have certain conditions in which you can either create your own landing page and or you're just working under the franchise landing page. Now, here's what I want to talk about with paid advertising. Facebook allows you to download and use what's called a Facebook pixel. Now, this Facebook pixel is important. It's a piece of code that you can put into your website and or put into your landing page, because think about it this way. Once you actually arrive at someone's website, let's say it's your website, they're interested in a property that you have and or checking your profile out as a real estate agent, interested in working with you and just doing their due diligence. If they arrive at your website, think of it like this. Facebook then attaches what's called a pixel or cookies to them, so that when they arrive into Facebook, Facebook knows that this person has been on your website. And once Facebook knows that someone's been on your website, you can then utilize this piece to retarget them, okay? And when I'm talking about retargeting, I'm talking about you can set up an ad within Facebook to say, hey, Facebook, I want to retarget any traffic that has been to my website and checked out any of the things on my website. And what I want to show them is the opportunity to book a market appraisal and or send me a message on Facebook. Okay, there's a number of different options that you can go with, but the fundamental basis of this is if someone is interested or someone has been interested enough to come to your website and or landing page, what the fuck are you doing if you're not following up? Especially if you're in sales, you know one of the most important things to do is follow up. This is the 2021 version, is sorting out your landing page, making sure that you can track back to Facebook and these sorts of platforms so that you can re-advertise to these people and potentially either start a conversation and or continue a conversation that may lead to a sale or may lead to a listing. Number 4, opportunities, and this is referring to anything like podcasts, radios, community events, and opportunities like that. Getting featured on the local radio, just depending on what city and what area you're in, is also very valuable. Again, podcasts and other interviews with other local people is great. But when it comes to PR, there's an incredible place to find opportunities, and that's called SourceBottle. Now, SourceBottle is a place where you can respond to stories or media or any other companies that are looking for a set expert. Now, they'll usually give you the situation, the circumstance, whether they're looking for an expert in real estate and or they're looking for someone within a local area, within a specific area to talk about this. But these are attention opportunities that could level up your profile and help you build connections that you didn't know were possible. So now I would love your feedback. Are you a real estate agent? Did you find this valuable? Or are you from a different industry and would love to hear me cover another specific industry and or another specific role? Either way, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Go get it.